This is Chris. Welcome. What's up? What's up? Let's see what's going on. Today we're gonna have another contest, and this contest is again for the Facebook ad for my company of us. So this is gonna be short and sweet. We're gonna focus on the design itself. This is Adobe XD, by the way, just in case you're not familiar. Again, the prize is for $20, and the whole idea is to make sure that you know how to design a Facebook ad. And that's because every company needs Facebook ads. Just about every company out there that does any type of marketing relies on these types of banners. So this is why I said that this is a great way to make money. This is a great way to make money, not because of the $20 prize, but because of what companies are looking for. Because the idea is simple. If I'm gonna use one of these ads and it gets great click rate, a great conversion rate, that's gonna skyrocket my business. That's all that is. So such a simple thing can get me a 3x, a 4x, a 5x multiplier. It's as easy as that. That's what people do. That's what business owners do in terms of Facebook ads. And this is why it's so important. This is why I'm insisting on this type of thing, because again, I really believe that this is one of the easiest ways to actually make quite a lot of money as a designer. And think about it, it's not all that difficult. I mean, it's a simple banner, right? And it can make a huge difference. Just something really quick. It's been quite a bad period in terms of Facebook ads, but I do want to show you something. These are my campaigns, and this is the multiplier, right? So the best multiplier for the last 7 days is 2.5. This means that if I invest $1,000, I'm gonna get back $2,400, right? So this particular ad is working quite nice. This one only 1.76. So this is the thought process for everybody that does Facebook and Instagram ads. Basically, this is what you're looking for. You're looking for 3x, 3.5, 4x, and so on. And in order to get to that point, you obviously need great ads, right? And obviously, again, the more you refresh, you can see this one 2.52, 2.44, and so on, right? So again, this is why you need to do Facebook ads. This is why you need to learn how to design banners. Now, let's see what you guys did this week. Let's start out with this one. So let's have a quick look here. You eat better, you feel better. So this is basically a translation of the existing slogan. 20% off, the company here, no sugar, no plastic, no preservatives. I'm not sure what this is. Some leaves, but they're red, so I'm not sure what's that about. And the generic girl. So unfortunately, this doesn't look all that great. I understand the key ideas here. There are several good ideas, but unfortunately, the way you package them doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And because of that, I'm gonna eliminate it. Now, why is that the case? There's too much going on. I understand again the thought process behind every single decision here. You thought, hey, I need the logo, right? Because I need to show off the company. Check. I need to show off the products. Check. I need to show off the slogan. Check. I need to show that it doesn't contain any sugar. Check. I need to make it feminine. Here are some pink flowers. So I understand your thought process, but unfortunately, this is way too busy and you don't know where to look. Everything is competing for my attention as the viewer. And because of that, there's nothing there isn't a hero area, right? And because there isn't a hero area, something that grabs your attention, unfortunately, you don't know where to look, and this would not get a whole lot of clicks. So unfortunately, even though this is fairly well done, it's gonna get eliminated. The next one. Now, this is the trouble with beginner designers in choosing stock photos. Beginners tend to choose one of the first images from the search results. As you can probably tell, this is super generic, it's super templatey, it's cheesy, it's overused, it's overdone. Do you think anyone will believe that this is a real person that actually endorses this particular product? Do you think someone is going to be fooled that this is a real person and not a stock photo? Of course not. You can see it from the moon. So because of that, because of this entire template, it's immediately gonna get eliminated. You can see right off the bat that this is a template. I don't think the designer actually made it from scratch. I think he only added this bubble here and he probably added some text here, but that's about that. Plus, you can see the fact that these are two different fonts. which is a pretty big mistake. These aren't separate fonts, completely different fonts. For example, serif and sans serif, or sans serif and handwritten. No, they're very similar, so this is a clear-cut mistake. So yeah, overall, I don't think this is something that's worth pursuing. It's immediately gonna get eliminated. Now the next one. Enjoy these new flavors of Us Chocolate Mango. Check it out at ovus.ro. Let's see, couldn't you actually center this right here? I know it's such a small thing, but you know, I pride myself in that in all my courses, I talk about pixel perfect execution, right? I talk about execution mistakes. Couldn't you actually have made it centered or... And I also talk about spacing. As you can see here, there's no padding whatsoever on the left and on the right side. And that's quite a shame, but though here you do have quite a lot of padding. So this tells me that unfortunately, this is probably again, some type of template. This is something that's probably taken from FreePic or whatever else place. And you probably just added these guys in. If you didn't do that, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference, to be honest. It's not a huge thing. But yeah, I don't think this is a great one. The gap right here doesn't make a whole lot of sense for me. I understand what you're trying to do. You're trying to have a chocolate photo right here and some mangoes right here, but you can't really tell, right? Because again, on Facebook ads, what tends to happen is people scroll like crazy, right? People just scroll and scroll. They don't have time to go and zoom in and check out every single detail. Again, on Facebook, the level of competitiveness is huge. You gotta catch someone right from the get-go, otherwise you've lost him. So unfortunately, this is gonna get eliminated as well. This one, the colors are really off, unfortunately. This vomit green and this shade of blue, unfortunately, these are not my brand's colors, nor are they pleasing to look at. So those are two things that are really something that you should really avoid. In a jar, again, it's not feminine, it's not elegant. I don't like it in particular. This styling right here, you should definitely avoid it at all costs. You should avoid it. It's not a technique that you're gonna see for any big company. Basically, nobody that's serious about Facebook ads or banners in general, you won't see this type of treatment. And for the girl, quite a lot of problems with the hair. So all in all, again, I'm sorry to say that this isn't all that great. And again, I find your choice of color quite strange. Again, this green, this shade of green, I have no idea where you got it from. But yeah, I'm gonna eliminate it. Now, the next one. Again, this is a bit polarizing. The yellow may work. It does catch your attention when you scroll. So I appreciate that. The green and purple, I think it's overkill. More than that, this girl right here, I'm not gonna say too much, but I don't think it's appropriate. And I think you guys can understand why this is not appropriate, right? So I don't think this is a good choice for the healthy food. This girl here, this is totally fine. This is exactly what we need. Plus, I love the fact that she has brown leggings, and this product is also brown. So you have some good parts here, some good ideas. Yellow to catch the person's eye. This girl that's jogging. But again, if you just think about it, the girl that's jogging and the jar is right here at a superhuman level, because this is what happens when you place two things together on the same plane. It basically looks like a giant jar. But even without that, let's just say we skip all that. These things right here, these plants or whatever this is, I'm guessing these are the oats or chia seeds or whatever. It's just not something that's modern. This is not the right fit for this type of company. And again, the text right here seems like an afterthought. You just added it later on. You know, it's not an integral part. Again, there's basically too much going on. Great commercials, great Facebook ads are simpler. They don't have these many colors and so neon-like colors. Plus, again, this type of thing, this is from Word 1997. This is clip art. You should never, as a designer, play with these types of things, with swooping lines and whatnot. Leave the text as it is. choose a beautiful typeface, and that's it. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You don't need to get creative. My advice is simple. Open up Facebook and scroll down a lot. You're gonna see loads of ads. See the ones that inspire you, that make you wanna click them, and then make a note of it. Take a screenshot. That's all that is. Because when you design something like this tells me that you didn't do your research. That's all that is. Plus, look at this part here. What did I say about contrast? In all my courses, I talk about contrast. The fact that you're using black on orange or red, whatever this is a clear execution mistake. So I think it's pretty clear that this has to get eliminated. Now let's see this other one. Now this is a bit better. The overall impression is quite nice. I think it works fairly well. The logo though, it's absolutely huge. It's actually bigger and wider than the actual products. So I have no idea why you would place the logo, why you would size the logo at this specific width, because let's have a quick look. This is 450 by 160. It's way too much, way too much. And the fact that you included the slogan here, eat better, feel better, this is not the official slogan though. So it's not something that I actually love that you included. Plus the fact that if you can have a look here, so we have this distance here, and then there's absolutely no distance here. So again, these small little things regarding symmetry, they really count. When you have so few elements, you really have to make sure that your execution is on point. The price pretty good. I do love this circle right here. I would have made it larger though, because I want more padding, more breathing room. I think again it's a good idea, but you could have done a better job with it. The stars are pretty okay. The jaws again pretty good. But now the key question: is this feminine? Is this for women? And I say no. I think this is masculine. I think if I were to say from 0 to 100, 0 being feminine and 100% being masculine, this is about 70% masculine. So it's more masculine than feminine without any question. The blue, it's really cold. The colors are really sharp. The contrast is again super sharp. And then just in contrast, so again, this is gonna get eliminated. In contrast, look at this one. The colors, do you feel them? They're pastels. They're not so harsh. They're not so in your face. These are the feminine colors, right? And it's not just because of the pink. Don't get me wrong. It's the shade of pink that we're having here. It's the shade of green that we're having here. So I think this is a pretty good one. It's very similar to the one that we got last week. I think this is Jack. I think I know this designer. It's pretty good, but I wouldn't say it knocks me off my feet. I think the arrow is an afterthought. I think that you know that you shouldn't have included it. I don't think that's a good idea. I think you wanted something else here and you didn't know what to put in. So you just added an arrow. Because again, just think about it. You're trying to direct my attention to the focal point, but this is already the focal point. This is already front and center. This is already the biggest thing here. Plus, there are only two elements, the jar and the slogan, guilt-free goodness. So trying to focus my attention even more on that, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? And I think I would say the same for the website. There's not really a huge need for it. I would actually say something regarding the shipping. I would actually give some information that's helpful. I would say something regarding the price, regarding the weight. Again, something about the product, maybe no sugar or something. But you chose to include two elements that don't really bring anything to the table. The website, which again, people are not gonna scroll on Facebook. They're gonna see a website in a photo, and then they're gonna fire up their browser and type it in manually. That's not how advertising works. Performance marketing, to be exact. You actually click on the photo, and then you're gonna be brought to this particular website. So again, I feel like you added these two elements just because you didn't know what else to include. I'm not gonna eliminate it, but again, I'm not loving it either. It's not all that great. The shadow is really soft, which again is something that I teach in my courses, but you can barely see it I mean, it's at 5% opacity or something like that. Now on the right side, okay, healthiness of rye. So the slogan, you worked on it. So I appreciate that. Previously, you just said rye flakes. So I do appreciate that. I don't appreciate, again, these types of things. These are not in the brand's identity. This is not something that the brand is known for. This is something that's very traditional. This is something for the brand that's from the 1950s or something. This is classic. This is even retro, I would say. It's again the type of thing where you would buy bread that's made by a granny that's 80 years old. It's something that doesn't really speak to this particular company. If you check our Instagram, you will see that everything is modern. And this is what we're trying to do with the website as well. So everything is quite modern and elegant. Because of that, you can't really use these types of images. Now, these ones here, these are a good choice, and I quite appreciate it. The green, I think, is a very nice choice. I think it works really well, especially with this blue right here. Unfortunately, you did not retouch this jar. As you can see here, there's a huge shadow. And yeah, basically, you should have used some type of adjustment layer with a brush and made this a bit lighter. Because again, it seems like there's a shadow just right here. And I know this is the image exactly as it was snapped. This is exactly what I put on Dropbox. But obviously, you should have edited it, right? Let's see what else. I don't appreciate the fact that you chose a different style of font here. Because again, look, this is thin, right? Or whatever this is. This is so close to this one that it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So listen, I totally appreciate the fact that you went for this lovely font right here. Healthiness of Rye. Beautiful. Awesome. I love it. It's elegant. It's fancy, but you can still read it. It brings something to the table, a decent amount of personality. I love that, right? And then Deliciousness of Blueberries. Again, it's pretty well styled, all caps, a thin font, elegant. You could say it's gonna work for the feminine audience. So pretty good. But then you chose a different font here for blueberries, and then you added yet another one here. So because of that, all of a sudden, instead of having just 2 fonts, all of a sudden you have 4. 4 in such a small area. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Plus, you compound the problem with these guys right here, which is probably Bebas or Oswald. I think it's Bebas though. So you're introducing so many fonts here, plus obviously there's this font here. It's just too much, unfortunately. And it's quite a shame because the idea here is quite nice. I understand what you were trying to do, but unfortunately the execution just isn't there. Too many fonts. There's this shadow right here. And yeah, overall, I don't think, I think you need to work on your execution. I don't think that you understand the principle of consistency, of being consistent, nor do you understand the principle of hierarchy, which is the boss, which is the employee. So because of that, I'm gonna eliminate it. Now the question is this good enough to actually get the prize money? Personally, I don't think it is, but let's have a vote. Let's vote in general. Is this design worthy of the $20 prize? Yes, no. You're probably saying typefaces. There's actually 4 fonts here. I'm talking about, one second, yes and no. Let's see. Please vote, guys. Please vote in the general channel. So again, in this particular place, you used 1 right here, Healthy of Rye, 2 Delicious, Blueberries 3, the ampersand 4, buy 1 get 1 5, right? So again, even if it's not 5, let's say it's 4. Let's say the ampersand is the same one as Deliciousness. Overall, it's not a good look. There's too many fonts. Please remember something. A font is the following. So Open Sans is a typeface, right? Open Sans Bold is 1 font. Open Sans Regular is another font. Okay, so again, Open Sans is the typeface or the font family. Open Sans Bold is 1 font. Open Sans Regular is a different font. So these are 2 different fonts, Bold and Regular. So again, you're not supposed to use so many fonts. It's fine to use 2 different typefaces. It's fine to use several styles, but in such a small design, inserting 4 or 5 styles, it's not It's not cool. And I'm happy that people agree, because again, you know, again, guys, I don't want to make this about the money, but it's just not good enough, unfortunately. I would much rather have another contest where you guys can try again, with maybe some type of different contest, than actually award something just for the hell of it, right? Because again, it's decent, but it's not awesome, right? So because of that, I'm gonna eliminate this one as well. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This was the stream today. I'm cutting it a bit short. I still have loads to do. The new Figma course is just about done. I still have about 10 more pages to write, and then I'm gonna need to record it. Hopefully in about three to 4 weeks, it's gonna be out, and you can buy it on Udemy and whatever else place I'm gonna post it at. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Chris signing out. Thank you so much.